Hey Whizz, I'm going to show you the stuff in my game. I think Chris was playing around your game. I didn't want to screw with him while he was doing it. So here we're in your the base tavern for New Beginning. So your questions were, one, how do I move a characters into a game? So I'll go over that quick. Let's see, do I have any map that would be less of a pain in the ass for you to see me use? Here we go. Here's one I made called the Tavern. It's just a bunch of people in it. Alright, so I went to the tavern. Alright, so I'm going to nuke this out of the way. First of all, what I usually do, let's see, does the tavern have, yeah, it looks like I did all the stuff for the map. You can even see I put some torches in for lights. Okay. Alright, so first of all, what I usually do is decide where I want the players to land. So in your game, I gave you the same thing under DM stuff. I have a lot more under DM stuff here, so don't get too confused by it. But when I go to party, I have it under DM stuff for you, DM stuff. You'll see a token, a player called player start. When I drop player start, where I want the characters to land. And then I make sure it's on the GM layer, right? So the players can't see it. Now this thing is designed to auto ping the players to the point on the map where I want them to start. Then I simply, here, we're going to use your characters. We're going to put Neff here. We're going to put Kalo here, right? So now I have two characters. I make sure I'm on they're on the token layer. So I went, so just so you know, I switched back from K, which is the GM layer, to O, which is the token layer. And now Kalo and Neff are on this map in the kind of area where I want them to start. So how you pull characters is, so you got this player token where it says players, this ribbon up here when I open the map. So I'll do it again. Open the map. Here's the ribbon. Now I want them to go to the tavern where you guys were. I take the ribbon and I pull it to the tavern. Now the players are going to be pulled to the tavern. And you can see how the game pinged and centered right where I want them to be. Now your players are where you want them to be. They're in the tavern. Say I want to put them back into the Manicore's Tail, your original inn. See, I push the players back to the Manicore's Tail. When I go to the Manicore's Tail, it'll ping me back to where I have it centered, but it sends all the characters there as well. So there you go for getting the characters where you want them to be, using the player ribbon. What was your other question? Let's see. As far as the locations of the game, I sent you a link via email to the PDF for the original game. Hopefully that'll walk you through it. I think some of the ideas, some of the locations were just talked about and not visited as tokens or whatever, you know, because on tabletop, you don't need as many maps, right? We're just talking, oh, we give a description. We enter the wizard's chamber, and you know, you see them on the left or the right. So you might not need to have tokens for those. But if you want to read that module, it'll probably help you figure that out. What was the third question? You want to try to create a familiar for Chris. So the first thing I would do is see if there's a monster that fits your bill. Like I'm gonna type in raccoon. I doubt there'll be a raccoon in here, but you never know. Sometimes you can find stuff, right? So you said raccoon. Let me get, yeah. Let's see. Nope, that's fine. So first of all, I'm gonna go, just because we did it before, a raccoon. We're gonna find an image that we like. We're like, hey, we like this guy. I'm gonna download this save image as raccoon. Right there, I've downloaded them. Oh, I forgot to send you the token stamp 2 location. Let's see, copy. I'm gonna start writing you an email. We'll do it as old dudes, and I'll put that in the email, and you can share that with whoever you want. Compose Whizz token stamp link. We'll start with that one. There you go. There's your token stamp link. We'll send you that email in a minute once I finish this video. Alright, so I'm going to choose the image for the raccoon. This guy like. He looks so cuddly. There's my raccoon stamp. You can do whatever you want. You can use whatever picture you want. I just like token stamp because the game, Roll20, just rounds out everything anyways, right? So I'm going to pick a border for him and just do this one quick. And, well, let's do something silly like that. He's like, I'm biting on something. And we'll make him really pop out. And then I'm going to download this guy. Fine. Done. Alright, so there's a token in my downloads. So I'm going to go back to my game. So I'm going to go to the journal. Ooh. Hey, that's weird. My mouse button just literally got stuck down. Ah, that's bad. That's silly. Alright. 1 second, I gotta get a new mouse. That's funny. My mouse gets stuck. Luckily, I have lots of things available to me to be able to do stuff. Okay, back to normal. I have a working mouse. Alright, go to the journal. Just like we were doing, creating a character. Again, I'm going to have way more stuff because you're looking at my game, not your game. So, alright. I'm going to do add, and I'm going to do character. And then I'm going to call him Raccoon. And then we would, again, you'd pick which character controls the raccoon. I'm not going to pick a character, but it would be Chris to control the raccoon. Then I'm going to upload the raccoon token. And then he uploads, boom, and then I'm going to upload his token as well. So that's his avatar picture. The ones we really care about are the raccoon. Then I'm going to save. Alright, when I go to character sheet, it's going to give me choice. I'm going to do create NPC rather than charactermancer character. So now I have all these options when it comes up, right? So it looks a little bit different, but it works exactly the same. So I would name him whatever, Raccoon, and then we're gonna call him small. You see, type NPC type, so medium fiend. So it will be like small animal, right? Animal. All right. You're going to have to pick an armor class. Let's say this thing's got an armor class of 12. I don't know, whatever you want. Type, whatever. You can leave it blank, but you know. Natural, right? Hit points you can just pick, right? You can have 20 hit points. Speed, you can say he goes 45, right? And then you can decide, you can pick attributes. This is the strongest raccoon that ever existed. I'm going to leave the other ones, but you know, I could have intelligence of 15, 18, 16, whatever, charisma, right, all across here. Saves, you can do bonus save stuff. You know, you can have them have extra save bonuses, blah, 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 right? Like, this is for basically creating a monster, right? So you can fill in whatever you want there. So maybe I wanted to have a super +10 on deck saves. Now, when I do a deck save, he'll have +10. You can go across and fill it out. Then I can fill out all these basic skills here. Acrobats, right? So this, we'll say this guy is a super acrobat. He's got a 15 acrobatics, right? It's a little bit different. Vulnerabilities, we'll say he doesn't have any special vulnerabilities or resistance, but say maybe you wanted him to be fire, damage resistant to fire. You could put that in there. It'll remind you when you look at the character sheet, right? It isn't all automatic, but it works, you know. And then challenge rating. You could do whatever. Let's say this guy, this is just for experience points. You don't really care, but at first level he'd be challenge rating 1, worth 200 experience points if you killed him. Proficiency bonus. You could give him 1, so we'll say 2. So he's proficient in certain things he's good at, right? And then we want to make him, say he has, we want to make him spell casting. So now I've done a spell casting version of him, right? So I'll show you what that means in a second. So we're going to scroll down, and then we're going to do character sheet NPC. We're going to do toggle. We're going to do always roll advantage. Yours might automatically be set to not roll, to always roll advantage, but my game is a little different than yours, right? Whispered, no, never whisper rolls. It might automatically be filled for you, but it's not for me. And then auto roll crit and damage, right? So, and then NPC name and rolls you want to show. All right. So now this character will always show stuff, right? And now you can see as we scroll down, here he's got, you can see I have a, oh, I didn't give him certain side hit dice, but that doesn't really matter. But say it was 2d10. Right, this is the idea that every time I bring a character on, it would roll up different hit points. So I would leave this one blank where it says formula, if you want to have 20 hit points all the time. Okay, now you can see he's got 20 hit points, speed of 45, 12 natural AC, 20 strength, blah, 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 16 dex, blah, 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 blah. But he has all those things, right? And then I gave him, he has plus 10 to dex saving throw, an acrobatic skill of plus 15. You can see there he's resistant to fire. But, you know, you can fill out as much of that as you want. So then I made him a spellcaster. So we'll do that first before we fill in actions. But here we go. I made him a spellcaster. He has sleep spell. So I'm going to go over here to the compendium, and I'm just going to start doing sleep. S-L-E-E-P. You can see spell, sleep. And if I right click and hold on the sleep spell and I drag it over to a sheet, see where it says adding to compendium, boop, 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 bam, now the thing has a sleep spell, right? I'm not sure how it's going to calculate his saving throw thing, but we'll have to look that. Look, I don't see it here. Spellcast. Oh, okay, cool. Here it is. So I forgot to fill it out as I'm going down where it says spellcasting NPC. I want to pick. For some reason, this guy uses strength as his spellcasting, so that'll calculate his difficulty based off his strength. See, you could have it be what it really needs to be, wisdom or whatever, right? And when I gave him a 16 intelligence, let's really just make it intelligence. That's his spellcasting ability. So now he can cast the sleep spell. And he uses his intelligence as his sleep casting ability. Okay, so then you can decide, because it's a raccoon, what actions he can take, right? So we're going to keep this simple. So we're going to go over here to actions. We're going to do plus. It created a box for us. We're going to name this bite. He can bite. So then it's an attack. So click on attack. Now it says melee attack. We can pick a range, 5 feet. You don't have to fill this all up, but you can. We decided this guy, the game is a little bit different, right? So we're going to give this guy plus 5 to hit. Plus he's got, right? So I'm just going to hit 5. So this guy will add 5 to his attack die. 1 target, and then we'll say it's 1d4 damage. And we're going to we'll leave it as slashing. Right, it could be piercing, whatever you want it to be. And then on a hit, you can add extra damage if you want. Like he could be a fire-breathing guy. And then you could just call, you can give it a description, bite attack. Or you can be more creative like you are as me. All right, so when I close this little gear, now he has a bite attack. And when I click on the bite attack, I believe it'll execute the bite attack. There goes the raccoon bit. He rolled a 1, but if he was at advantage, he rolled a 13. All right, so then say you want him to have a second form attack. It could be claw. And then again, same thing, attack. melee range. We'll do, he's a 5 foot. Again, this is notes for you as a DM, right? The reach is 5 foot. It doesn't, it's not a video game, so we'll say he still has +5 to hit, but that you need to put the to hit in there. That way it adds to the d20, and the damage might be 1d6. All right, and then it can be, you know, whatever you want it to be. Bludge. Whatever you want, kind of type of damage you want it to be. And, you know, just whatever description is. Sharp claws. And then I close that. And now he has sharp claws. When I click on claws, bam, he did 1 point of bludge damage. All right, so I'm going to go back to the journal. All right, and then I'm going to say, okay, this is all good. I'm going to close that. Here's my guys done. And I'm going to close Raccoon. Now when I drag Raccoon out onto the table, alrighty, let's see, Raccoon nameplate. All right, so when we are activating his token, it's a little bit slightly different for an NPC than it is for a non-NPC, right? So we're going to click here. We're going to use HP again. I think HP works. Yep, see, he has 20. Just put 20 in this value here when you first start, right? So now he has 20 hit points, okay? If this was a monster you're creating to reuse a bunch of times, when you have done, it's the same sort of program, but you give him hit dice. It would be like 4d6. It would be, you know, his base hit points might be 20, but you saw on the other thing it says 4d6. Let me show you what I'm talking about. The reason why that works is if I filled out here, it'll roll these hit points every time a monster comes on the screen, right? Because you might have 10 different versions of Raccoon. But this Raccoon is always going to have the points you want, so you just put the 20 hit points and leave this formula blank. I hope it's not confusing, but anyways. So, hit points. Now, for his AC, because we're using an NPC, we have to use NPC AC. So, NPC... I just start typing. Again, it will almost be impossible to type NPC AC. So just start typing NPC. And that's his DC. He's got 12. We gave him a 12. And then this is the same thing. NPC. And then you got to scroll down until you find speed. NPC speed. And then we're going to do save settings. Right? And I think... if we do edit, we're going to do just like we did a regular character. I'm going to not confuse you. So we're gonna shift, double click on Raccoon. Now that he's associated with this, we're going to do edit. We're going to remove this token, and then we're going to select use selected token, and we're going to save the changes. Now Raccoon is, when I drag him out, see his token is all set up. And when I click on him, I get his NPC character sheet. See, boom, he can cast a sleep spell, and here's his base things. He can attack, he can claw or bite, and he's a Raccoon. All right. So then we can do the same thing we always do. We can give him a token actions. Again, he's going to be slightly different because it's in my game than it is. I wonder what my turn does. I didn't even know I gave everybody a thing version of my turn. I wonder what that is. That's funny. I didn't even know you guys had that token. It's probably just trying to find you guys. Anyways, that's not important. I'm just going to look at it to see what the hell it did, just for fun. This has nothing to do with what you're doing. My turn. Doesn't matter. So now I have a Raccoon. All right, and so it works the same in your game, and you'll get the Raccoon. And now you can always shrink him down a little bit if you want. You can make him smaller, but by holding down Alt, and now he's like a littler token. Right? If you like that he's a littler token, you can shrink him down, and then you're going to go again to edit. You can do this before you assign it a token, and then upload a token to save changes. Now the raccoon will have a smaller token when I drag him out. Watch. See, he's a little token now. I shrunk him. I should have shrunk the token before I associated it, but anyways, there you go. That is the raccoon. Alright, man.